Okay, awesome. So, hi everyone. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Adriana, and I am so pumped for this call. It's not even funny. It's been a little while in the works, but I have my dear friend and business partner, Leonela, here to chat with you guys. She is such an amazing light work, and she's been helping me on my spiritual journey. But we were talking about, what's going to be beneficial for our teams, what's going to be beneficial for people in this business, and how is this something that not only you can apply in your business but in your personal life. So with the holidays right around the corner, this is definitely perfect. But I really encourage you guys to be present. If you can, have your cameras on. Everything that she's going to guide us through, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of a workshop. Make sure that you have an open mind, an open heart, and you're super intentional with everything that is about to go on. And it's just like 1 hour of your life that is probably about to change. So I'm going to pass it over to you.
Hi guys. So as Adri said, my name is Leonela, but you guys can just all call me Leo. I'll put literally my Instagram is my name. So at the end, if you guys want to follow me, you guys want more of this, that's where you can find me because I talk about it all the time. It is my life's work, like Adri said. But I want to talk about first just a little bit of how I came into this journey because it sounds very crazy. When you look at your life, just not my life, everyone's life, we all have lessons that we are going through, and we can't sometimes see that. We can't see that all these situations are reoccurring or different patterns that are happening to us to really, we can say, wake up. And ironically, I had gone through just very deep points in my life where I was not happy, where I was very, we can say, unhealthy emotionally, just in all the aspects, emotionally, physically. And I can say that one thing that did hold me on was that I did still have hope. I had hope in myself in just a little bit, and I just want to say that out loud, because if you are looking at me like this girl's got it, I want you to know that this girl like didn't have it at some point. You have to allow yourself to start from zero. You have to like crash and burn to re-become yourself. And that's also part of going through these phases and just having this faith that things are going to get through. If you believe in religion, hold on to that. If you believe in yourself, Mother Earth, whatever you believe in, but hold on to that in those moments that are very tough. Okay. And the first thing I want to go in as far as that is limited beliefs. But like, what limited beliefs? In order to really become yourself, you are going to unbecome yourself. And if I do get out of breath at some point, I'm sorry. This to me is such an important conversation that energetically I tend to have to take more pauses. So I just want to put that out there. When you unbecome yourself, you are literally, think about like an onion. Think about any fruit that just starts to flower and blossom, especially like an onion. You start to peel it, and there's different little layers and different little layers and different little layers and different little layers till you get to the core, which is who you are. In Indian, that's actually called Ananda. Ananda is the true bliss. And true bliss is when you can finally unbecome all this crap that you've learned to truly become yourself. And when I say all this, it's really things that you have learned along the way. Okay. Nobody has ever done anything to you intentional to make your life, be a burden or anything. Everything happens for you. But these are just people that love you, that they felt that they were the best at teaching you that. It could be a teacher, it could be your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, your sister. Everybody operates out of love, even when they operate out of fear. Okay. So they might be telling you things not to do, and they're not doing it to be mean, or they might have installed beliefs in you that you are not aware. And this is where entrepreneurship goes hand in hand. Because I tell Adri this all the time. I was on this spiritual journey, but really I started even deeper into my spiritual journey when I joined Monet. I had been seeking out help. I want to make that very clear that people need to seek help. Like when you know something's not wrong and rightly in your life and you're not right itself, you need to seek help, whatever you want. If that's like a therapist, a spiritual guide, ancestral work, whatever you feel that it is, but you need to find help, because like going through this journey by yourself, no one needs to go through this journey by yourself. That's not what we're meant to do. And don't act like you can do this by yourself. You have to also know that, because I was that person. I thought I could do all by myself, and I had to really crash and burn to find help. But I kept on looking for that until I did. So I want you guys to know that just whenever it's time, just acknowledge that. And the other thing is, when you go to limited beliefs, now you have to start believing in what are the things you're telling yourself. Okay. And these are where the things get kind of tough, because what you're telling yourself is what you have been told growing up. And that's where you are going to acknowledge that in your business. Okay. If your business is growing, if your business is not growing, if you're stagnant, if you're having the same type of relationships, or you're running into the same type of people in your business, then it starts to reflect like, what are things I haven't healed? What are things I haven't seen that are still following me? Okay. And those are things that will keep on reoccurring in your business, in your life, until you really start to say, okay, you know what? I have to change these patterns. I have to start believing in myself. But like, who is myself? And that's really the question. Like, okay, who is this person? Do I identify with my name? Like, do I identify with where I come from? Do I feel like I am more called to other places, other languages, other foods? Like, and it's not that you have to redefine yourself in an aspect that you're changing your identity, but it's like, what do you like? And like, you can like all these things from the world. No one can tell you that you have to like one thing, but those are things that our family has told us, that people around us have told us. You know what? Everybody here most likely is Hispanic. If you do not go to church on Sunday, you are not a good Catholic. Right? I'm sorry. Like, you guys know that if you don't go to church, or if you're in any other religion, like, you're just not this. And like, that is not true. You are yourself. You define what you connect with in life, like what you love, what makes you happy. What are your boundaries? That is the biggest thing when you start to take all these limited beliefs. Like, what are your boundaries? Because like, maybe you've been taught that like boundaries, people can step all over you, or like boundaries, you're like too tough. And it's like, what does this person believe? Okay. Like, what does Jasmine believe? Like, what does Leo believe? What does Adri believe? Like, what does Jay believe? Like, what do we believe? Okay. And sometimes it's hard, but like, make a note to yourself. Like, write things you like about yourself, write things you don't like about yourself. And I promise, when you start to look at the things you don't like about yourself, it'd be things that you don't like about your parents. And then you start to realize, okay, well, what are these patterns that like I've been taught that bother me? And like, you really start to resolve issues within yourself. Because I want you to understand that a lot of these limited beliefs will not let you success in your business if you are not happy with who you are. And who you are also is where you come from. Where you come from is also your parents. So that is something that I want you guys to go with me. Please tell me if you guys feel like you're lost. Sometimes I feel like I bombard with too much information, or it's kind of, it flows, but it's all over the place. So if you need me to recap, or there's anything, let me know. This is a subject that makes me very happy, but thoughts come in with my notes at the same time. So that's one thing I just want to put that out there. Also, when we are talking about beliefs, you also have to start thinking like, what do I believe that I'm worth? Like, am I worth like getting the car? Am I worth being a millionaire? Do I think I deserve that? You know, you have to start really acknowledging all these things. I will talk for myself. I've always wanted to be a millionaire, but it really took me taking myself out of these limited beliefs that I couldn't be a millionaire if I wanted to be humanitarian. And it really took me to do a lot of shadow work to understand that if how could I teach other women to be successful if I wasn't successful? So it's all these things that you start believing about yourself that people have told you, or that you've seen, like people out there that are poor because they help the other people. And you still, and I've seen that. So for me, it was like, oh, I thought I had to be that way to help other people. But what I really want, I want to be a millionaire. I like lavish stuff. I like the nice things. And why do I have to feel bad for that? You need to stop feeling bad for the things you want. Okay. If you want more money, you want to hustle, you want this business, you know it's going to work. Why do you make yourself feel bad for that? You don't have to justify that with anybody. Okay. You need to defend your dream at all costs. That's also unbecoming from beliefs. Okay. Like, when I mean defend your dream, you are going into battle and you have to defend your dream at all costs, no matter what, because your family, they love you, but they're operating a different mindset. They come from a different situation. They come from different circumstances, and you're the person that has these opportunities to be able to do absolutely everything in this country. Okay. But for them, they've seen this certain way. And when you go into a family situation, or even your friends or people that you interact with in the business, or new people that don't have this mindset, you need to know how to be able to defend it. It always comes from love, but you need to be able to defend it. No, I believe in myself. No, I know this is going to work. There is no one else like me out there. I am worthy. I love myself. I am capable. When you can tell that to yourself, you can walk into a room and you will not be intimidated by the people that have the limited beliefs. Because when you unbecome everything to become yourself, you become more tolerant of other people around you. You become tolerant of your family. You become tolerant of their advice. You become tolerant to their opinions. But it comes also from having a shield of who am I? What do I tell myself? What do I love myself every morning? What am I telling myself? Can you sit and actually look at yourself in the mirror for a couple of minutes? That's one exercise that I want you guys to all write it down. If you have not wrote anything down, I want you to write that. That's a mirror exercise. I want you to go to before you even go to your mirror, I want you to clean your mirror with white vinegar, because I want it to be only your energy, and sit with yourself for as long as you can. Sit with yourself as long as you can. If you can make yourself a tea, relaxing, sit with it. Whatever makes you meditate, coffee, whatever rocks your boat, something that's very just makes you zen, and see what comes up, and start to make notes. And you'll start to see how a lot of things that maybe you're not aware of will start to come up. But at one moment, the more you do it, you'll be able to look at yourself and you'll be able to tell yourself how much you love yourself and how proud you are. And these are emotional moments that you're going to have with yourself. You have to understand that if you have limited beliefs and you have all these beliefs of people in your mind, you're not living with yourself, and you are going to have a relationship with yourself forever. You will be the last person you'll end with, and you'll be the first person to wake up with. So do you want to wake up with love and just yourself and your thoughts and your beliefs, or do you want to wake up with all these things that you have been told? So that's where all of this shadow work starts, with becoming an entrepreneur. There are a couple of books. I want you guys to write this down, especially if you're somebody that's like, yes, I believe this, but I like more facts. I love this book, Becoming Supernatural. Pretty much all the books from Joe Dispenza, but Becoming Supernatural is probably the most important, because it actually gives you analytics of how you vibrating at a different level, how you believing in yourself, how you really taking yourself out of these beliefs in society, that you can create anything. You are matching a different vibration to what is out there. Okay. And I love saying this example. I know I said this in the live, Adri. My husband is an example of that. I attracted my husband vibrationally. My husband is an avatar to me. He's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. No one's perfect, but he is my avatar. I described the type of love, the type of person I wanted in my life. And I was vibrating at such a high level of love that when I attracted him, I attracted that. I attracted the kids I nanny. I attracted my business. So remember that it's also what you're attracting and where you're coming from. You are operating out of fear and you're like, no, this business, I don't know if it works, this and that's happening. You're probably going to attract the same type of people. Okay. And I'm not saying about being cheap or anything like that. I know that we're struggling, but if you are cheap with like yourself, what you believe you're worth and like your products and stuff like that, you're going to attract cheap people as well. Okay. I want to put that out there, because I know that people have budgets, but when I tell people, look, these are the products you need, take it or leave it, 9 out of 10 times people buy the entire thing, because I would, because my skin looks great. And I'm like, no, this is what I believe. So take it or leave it. If you don't like it, okay, that's yourself. So you also have to remember that within your business, what you are telling the world, it's what's going to come back. Okay. Words are spells. So everything you're saying, God, today is a shitty day. Guess what? Today's going to be such a shitty day. I can't attract market partners. You're not going to attract market partners. Okay. I'm not going to get the Cadillac. You're not going to get the Cadillac. I can't be a millionaire. I won't be a millionaire. Like, I just want to put those examples out there that those things will happen if you keep on selling yourself that. But you can change your mind. That's also one thing I want you to understand, is that when you become yourself, you can create anything in your universe. Absolutely everything in your universe. You can create life, you can create love, you can create new situations, you can create abundance, you can create anything you want. Like the world seems like it's crazy that way, but you guys need to believe that that is true. The world is magic. Anything you believe can come true, but you have to be operating in a place of love and a fear, and not of fear. Okay. Sorry, I have to go through my notes to be able to kind of see. Okay. All right, so this is
Can
the
I just
part.
add something super quick? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. I feel like I have to like, okay, what are my notes?
Yeah.
Where are we?
No, you guys, I don't know how many of you caught the live we did last night. It was like so powerful. So I feel like this is kind of like building up and touching upon some of the things that we went over on our live. It's saved on Instagram if you want. But when you talked about saying like, you know, it's like all about unbecoming and like what are you telling yourself? Something that it reminded me of is like your insecurities, right? A lot of us are super insecure, and we kind of spoke about this last night, but like a lot of us are insecure starting this business because sometimes like you agree to do the business because you see it's possible for other people, right? But then when you're in the business, you don't know, you don't have experiences as a business owner half the time, right? Maybe some people do, or like you don't know what you're doing, right? And so doubt starts to settle in. And so sometimes what happens is that you start to believe that it's no longer possible for you. And so that's kind of something that I wanted to touch upon, especially like when you spoke about this, right? Like sometimes we have family members or people in our lives who think that they're protecting us when they're really just projecting on us, like projecting their fears and stuff like that. And so it's something I wanted to talk about because it kind of reminded me of this phrase, like your insecurities are not your own. So like a lot of us when we grow up, like I don't know, like I was always bullied about like my nose or like my mustache, like my upper lip hair and stuff like that. And it's something that stuck with me like even till now, because I'm over here like, oh my gosh, like it's something I used to get bullied about, or people used to pick on, and some people still do pick on. But I realized like my insecurities were never my own. It's something that somebody else gave to me. And I feel like the same thing applies to limiting beliefs, but like a lot of us feel like we're not in control, but we are. And like I just wanted to touch upon that because of that fact I put in there, like 95% of your life is controlled by your subconscious thoughts. And like it's crazy that within like the first 7 years of our life, we have this program that you live the rest of your life with. Like some people live till they're like 100 and something years old. Like so sorry, some people live until they're 100 and something years old, and like it's insane to me that like within the first 7 years of your life you already have that program set for you, right? So I wanted you to touch upon that because I know we spoke about it last night, and I know you have like a lot of things to add to that. And then going off onto that tangent of like you attracting what you are. I don't know what your experience is or like what your input is this, but like I feel like a lot of people think that when they're trying to manifest something, maybe like how you spoke about manifesting your husband, and that was your avatar, like applying it to the business and your business partners, a lot of people don't realize like you can still manifest when you're negative, right? Or like a lot of people think that like what is it? Like, oh, I'm gonna live positive, right? I'm gonna live at a higher vibration. Like this is all about being positive, but what they're practicing is like emotional avoidance, if that makes sense. Like, or they're trying to avoid being negative, but they're not really positive. But what I feel like what stops your manifestations from manifesting is resistance. So like I kind of wanted you to talk about that, but I'm gonna pass it to you because
I literally am writing it down because I'm like, okay, this is something we have to talk about. And yes, so I first want to talk about 7 years old because it is a big deal. First of all, if you guys are moms, energetically, if you believe this, you can actually energetically heal your child and heal a lot of the wounds, a lot of it to almost 7 years old. It's not that you can in the lifetime, but that is the crucial time. Ironically, 7 years old is also the same time that instilled beliefs are in children. So hand in hand, if you make a change in yourself, you're making a change within your child. Okay. And I say that because I am a nanny. So hand in hand doing my spirituality, I've also been in the business, been with the kids I nanny at the same time. And my way of seeing them and how they see stuff has also changed. I don't instill my beliefs in them of whatsoever. I allow them to be, and I allow them to take guidance. And that's also something that you have to understand, that a lot of us are Hispanic. That's not something bad. Our parents weren't doing it to be mean or anything. We just tend to have a lot of control, a lot of rules. And that's also, I'm going to tell you, it's actually a blessing, because actually rules set you free. I want you to also understand that. If you feel like you've had too many rules or too many things, or growing up you couldn't do and this was done to you and this and that, I want you to understand that also rules set you free, because it ignites you to be able to change your future, ignites you to change your family, and ignites you to say, I want to do something different. I want to be able to do the things I wouldn't have been able to do as a kid. So that's also something I want you to see. Always look at things on the bright side, just like Adri said, because I promise negative manifesting is actually more and it's easier to do than higher vibrational. It sounds like, oh no, I can always operate out of love. No, it's not that you can't. But when you have all these limited beliefs, you are not really vibrating who you truly are. You're not even aware of what you're telling yourself and what you're attracting. Because this is what we talked about with Adri, about doing the work. You might be hustling, grinding. I'm getting on all the training calls. Oh my God, I am posting. I am talking to people. I am doing it all. Oh my God, what is going on? Nothing is happening. I'm not getting a VIP. Why am I not getting a market partner? Okay. Like, I laugh because that was me. Okay. I like take it back to being myself. But you really have to realize, like, what are you telling yourself really in your mind? Okay. Are you ready to be a leader? Do you feel like you have the capability and the knowledge to be a leader? Are you ready to handle money? Are you really ready to handle a team? Can you handle getting a Cadillac payment or having a Cadillac and like being actually the center of attention because you've been able to get there? Can you actually handle success versus failure? That's the biggest question I want you to understand yourself. Can you handle success versus failure? And I say that because it's not just us, a lot of our families and just generations. I don't just speak about one, just overall, we've lived different lives. So we have the ability to change the course. But when we come with this opportunity, which I wish this was the Rejuvenate Oil, comes with an opportunity, we say, oh my God, yeah, I can do it. But just like Adri said, I get in the business because I see people doing it. But then when I'm in the business, do I really believe that I can do it? Do I really believe that I'm worth it? Do I really believe that I can have that type of money? Can I handle going into a store where thousands of things are? Do I really feel like I can handle that, or that I deserve that, or that I'm worthy of that? So that's where I want you to do the inner work. And maybe your dream's not to be a millionaire, but can you handle people looking at you? Can you handle the spotlight? Can you handle being yourself? Can you handle being different? And if you can't, that's where you have to acknowledge and say, okay, I can't. That's where it starts. But you don't stay in can't. You don't talk to yourself in can't. And I want you to understand that negative manifestation is the biggest thing. Because when you tell yourself from everything, I'm going to put all examples of everything in the life. I don't want to get cancer. You're telling yourself you're going to get cancer. You know what? I don't want to get fired. You're going to tell yourself you're getting fired. Everything that has a don't in front of it, your mind doesn't understand that. Your mind understands the I do. So you need to operate in a different way when you tell yourself that. Okay. You want to change your family, or you want to change your financial, or you want to change your relationship or your business. You don't tell yourself, I don't. You tell yourself a different phrase that's positive. Okay. And I know that's very hard because we are playing a battle. I want you to understand that when you are unbecoming yourself, you really do have these two little devils right here, like the old Leo and the light Leo and me in the middle. And you're picking this, but it's not like you have to choose one or the other. Like, these people will always be here and you'll always learn lessons, good or bad, but it's really deciding, okay, what is it that I love? What serves me? Okay. What are the lessons that I've been able to learn from these things, from these two people? And really just become yourself and really go on this journey of, what do I want? Like, I think it sounds stupid because, you know, when you grow up and you tell kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay. I don't want to tell you that. How do you want to feel when you grow up? That's the question. How do you want to feel when you grow up? Sometimes we haven't grown up. You guys might be older than me, it doesn't matter, but sometimes emotionally, because we haven't really gone through our beliefs, we haven't grown up because we can't be ourselves. So it hasn't come out. So what do you really want to feel? Not really, what do you want to be? How do you want to feel when you grow up? Do you want to feel happy? Do you want to feel accomplished? Do you want to feel successful? You have to ask yourself all these things, okay? And the more you operate in, I want to operate out of love. I want to be happy. Then that's where questions are like, okay, what things make you happy? What are you good at? Like, what are things that you could spend the rest of your life doing that make you happy? And when you know that those things make you happy in correlation, I want you to understand that makes you money. Money is a frequency. Money operates out of love. Money operates at a very high vibration. So when you do what's happy, you're going to make money. I offer spiritual services. It makes me happy. When I finally understood that that made me happy, I can make money from it. People see the worth in it because I see my worth. I see my product that's worthy. I see Monet that's worthy. I will be the first millionaire in my family. I will break the cycles because I believe in myself. But it took a lot of unbecoming to be able to become myself. So that's where I want to end that as far as the training. If you guys want me to add something, retouch something, let me know. Any questions, books. I am going to write a book. Honestly, it's something, thank you for saying that. It is my life's work. I'm going to write a book. It's one of the things I want to do. I'm going to travel like Joe Dispenza. I want you guys to know that. It's not because I believe, it's not an ego. It comes from love. I want to travel and teach the world about serving and healing and really becoming the power of you. And I want you guys to come along with me. So what we're going to do, because I want you guys to come along with me, we still have a lunar eclipse somewhat. I want you guys to grab a piece of paper, whatever you have, take a little break if you want to go get water, or if you want to go get something that makes you feel kind of like warm in your womb, anything you feel. If you guys want to take a couple minutes, we can do that. So you can kind of get in Zen to write 2 letters. I'm not going to tell you to what or to who, but 2 letters. So Adri, can you give it like 8:37? So everybody has like 5 minutes, get something to drink. Kind of cool. I do want to see your faces much as I can, just because we are vibrational souls and I don't want to talk to a computer. I use technology to connect with people and that's kind of it. So the more faces I can see, the better. So that's just the truth. So I'm going to get my own piece of paper as well. And like I was saying earlier, if you do have candles anywhere, that's great. Just definitely, if you have a white or black candle or any candle, keep it. I'll let you know at the end of the exercise why it's personal. So you can have 1 or you can have 2, depending on your paper. If it's pretty small, I would get 2. You just don't know how long you're going to write, but you can write this forever. I'm going to wait till she comes back. Mm-hmm. This is so exciting. Have you liked the call?
They love it. In our chat, everybody was saying how much they love it.
It's just like, okay, am I understanding what I'm articulating? Yeah. Oh, yay. Okay. I'm so glad you have a candle. Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah. I hear it.
Okay. So now have your piece of paper, rip it up, okay, into 2. And the first piece of paper is going to be releasing limited beliefs. Now, this is not just limited beliefs. I'm going to go on a tangent and you can choose whatever you want. Okay. And if nothing serves you, just write what you feel. Okay. But the exercise, the purpose of this first exercise is to release things that are gunky inside. So that can be an ill situation with somebody. It could be somebody that maybe no longer is here and you never expressed to them how you felt. People you no longer have in your life, but maybe you didn't have a good relationship, they ended bad, friends, etc. Things that you feel like they always are like, they just kind of hold you. I want you to write all of that down. That's the first, okay? When everybody is done, I want you guys to read your piece of paper 3 times. Like read it 3 times. And then when you're done, please let us know in the chat so that we can move on to the next part. Okay. Also, if you ask a question in the paper, just keep that vibration that you will eventually get an answer of something. So like if you're like, I don't know why we ended our friendship, I don't know why this happened, ask it in the question in the letter. I promise eventually it'll click. It won't be right now, but those answers will come for you to you. Q&A, like you're talking to this person. Okay, yay. So this is not something we can do here, but the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna turn it long ways, okay? And I want you to make as many strips as you can. I want you to hold on to these, is when you are done and you have time, you're gonna grab a candle and you're going to burn this. You're gonna have a bowl of water right next to it. That's where you're gonna throw it, okay? Now, I want you to be very conscious of the flame, okay? We live in a world where we are not very connected with the elements of the universe. We come from nature. We are nature. Okay. So the universe also can give us signs of how we're feeling when we're releasing based on how fire and water and things are reacting. So when you are burning the letter, I want you to really be with yourself. Like I said, grab something that really nurtures you, that makes your wound feel happy when you do this, because I want you to release but create at the same time. Okay, always with a good intention. And when you look at the fire, I want you to connect with that fire. And if you look at the letter and parts of the letter starts to burn really fast, and you kind of know what you wrote in that part of the letter, you'll know that that's emotion that you're ready to let go of. Okay, so yay for you. But if you start to look at parts of the letter that are very slow and they don't want to burn, they're just going very slow, those are things that are very hard for you to let go. And that's not for you to tell anybody. That's for you to see, to acknowledge, and work on these. Okay. These are things that I have rails on my Instagram or stuff like that you guys can obviously follow along. I do offer them if you guys want somebody to go along, but these are something that you should always do, especially with a full moon. It's really good to be able to do it and manifest because it is really good energy. So just want to put it out there. So this is your first exercise. Okay, you got this. Don't like lose this. You got to burn this. This is not something you just throw away. Okay, please don't throw this away. Burn, burn, burn. Crash and burn, baby. Okay. And every single time you wanting to release, you want to manifest, you should do this. You should, honestly, to be honest, you should be doing this at least once a month. Because there's things, I do it all the time. I do it once a month. I do it always on the full moon. I love to do it. I love to sit with myself. It's the time to really reflect about what is it that I've happened. It could be something in the same month. What are things that are not serving me that I want to let go of, but what are things I want to create? We're always creating. We're in a world where we can create. So you choose if you want to create or you want to stay stuck. And this is a great exercise to do, especially in the night with the moonlight. So I want you guys to use that. Do it at some point, okay? The next exercise. Grab your little piece of paper. Now it's time to manifest everything you want in this life. Tell yourself everything you are. Tell yourself how proud you are. And tell yourself, what are things I really want in my life? What are things I want to manifest? It can sound super crazy. You know what? I want to be whatever, my relationship. I want this to change. I want whatever it is, anything good, bad, just whatever it is, but manifest things you want in your life. Okay. If you want your business to grow, put that in there. Okay. But be as specific as possible and operate out of love when you're doing this. Okay. Think about someone or something that you just say, this is the purest thing when I think about love. And I want you to think about that while you're manifesting what you want your life to be in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year or two. Same thing. When you're done, read it 3 times and then let everybody know. Where's my pen? Yep, you're happy. You're so right. I'm so happy and grateful now that, or thank you, universe, for, or thank you, God, for. You've already think in advance. Okay, guys. So now that you've done this, how do you feel? It's always good to end with the good, right? Always end with the light. Remember, darkness pushes you forward. I want you guys to know that. So I want you to grab this little piece of paper. You're going to fold it up. You can fold it up, well, probably twice. And I want you guys, again, to use a candle. You're going to leave this under the candle. You're going to let this manifest, okay? Then when you go to bed, blow it out. Leave it out for 24 hours. Let it sink in the moonlight and the sunlight. The same thing with the water. Why? Because we come from mother and earth. We come from mother and father, okay? Our father is energetically in the representation of the universe as the sun, and our mother as the moon, the mystic, the one that has this know-it-all. How are our mothers brujas? How do they know that we're doing things? You know, all these powers that we see our parents growing up with, especially the women that have intuition. That's why the moonlight, the moon. So you're going to leave both of these in 24 hours because you're releasing from both, from your mom, from your dad, from things you believe, from things that you might not even know that are things that are become you. Okay. I leave you guys with just words of love. When you truly find yourself, when you truly love yourself enough to heal, you don't have to do anything to heal your family. They will heal because you did. That's it. Do the work for yourself, and I promise everyone will operate out of love for you. That's happened to me and my family. And that's happened to me in maybe the last 6 months of my life. Everyone that operates around me operates out of love. But I've truly done the work to be able to be in that light. So I love you guys so much. Like I said, follow me. If you guys have questions, send me a message. Adri knows I've been delaying posting about my spiritual services, and I'm going to put them out there. We can do them one-on-one. But if you have any questions about anything, I'm here, and just find the people that make you feel good about yourself. Also, don't feel bad about religions or foods or things you explore, because if you believe in spirituality, you believe that we haven't lived just one life. So you're a collection of everything you've lived in this one human body. And how grateful that you get to be in the 21st century and you get to be whatever the fuck you want. So remember that your grandparents, generations before that, they couldn't have war cause. They couldn't stand up for what they want to be and who they are. And you can. So every single time you want to give up, you're giving up on them. Okay. I love you guys so much. And I hope you guys have a great, great night.
Thank you so much.
Bye, my love. See you guys in the next training.